Unlocking Business Success 15 Theories You Need to Know. Welcome to our deep dive into the cosmos. Not the cosmos of space and time, but the cosmos of information systems. Just like the laws of physics govern the universe, there are theories that shape the landscape of business and technology. Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore the top 15 theories in information systems. These aren't just abstract concepts confined to textbooks. They're the forces that drive innovation, competition, and the very way organizations function in our digital age. Fasten your seatbelts because we're about to launch into a world where data is the new oil. Algorithms are the engines, and understanding these theories is the key to unlocking business success. Think about a company like Apple. What makes them stand out? Sure, they make great products, but it's more than that. They've got this unique blend of design philosophy, engineering talent, and brand loyalty. That, my friends, is the resource-based view in action. It's all about leveraging what's special within your organization. In the world of information systems, this translates to your IT capabilities. Are you a master of data analytics? Can you build software that's as elegant as it is functional? These aren't just skills, they're strategic assets. And don't forget about knowledge management. It's not enough to have brilliant minds. You need to capture that brainpower and make it accessible. Think of it as building a library of your organization's collective wisdom, ready to be tapped into for future innovation. So remember, in the competitive landscape of business, sometimes the most valuable resources are found not out there in the market, but deep within the fabric of your own organization. Imagine you've got some extra cash lying around. Do you hoard it like a dragon, guarding its treasure, or do you invest it in something bold and potentially game-changing? That's the essence of the theory of slack resources. It's a bit counterintuitive, I know. We're often told to run a tight ship to be efficient, but there's something to be said for having a little wiggle room, a reserve of resources that allows you to be nimble and seize unexpected opportunities. In the context of information systems, this could mean investing in cutting-edge technologies that might not have an immediate payoff but could revolutionize your industry down the line. It could mean giving your IT team the freedom to experiment, to tinker, to pursue those what-if questions that could lead to breakthroughs. Remember, sometimes the greatest risk is not taking any risks at all. So, embrace a little slack, and you might just unlock a universe of possibilities. You wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, would you? The same principle applies to the world of information systems and the crucial concept of portfolio theory. Just like a savvy investor diversifies their portfolio across different asset classes, organizations need to spread their IT investments wisely. This means not putting all your faith in one technology, one vendor, or one approach. Think of it like a balanced breakfast for your IT infrastructure. You need your reliable legacy systems, the oatmeal, your cutting-edge cloud solutions, the fruit smoothie, and maybe even a dash of experimental AI projects, the sprinkle of chia seeds. By diversifying your IT portfolio, you're not only mitigating risk, but also positioning yourself to capitalize on a wider range of opportunities. It's about finding the right mix of stability and innovation to fuel your organization's growth. Chapter 4. Theory of the lemon markets. Ever buy a used car and worry you're getting a lemon? Well, the same principle applies to the world of information systems, especially when it comes to software and services. This is where the theory of lemon markets comes into play. In the digital marketplace, information asymmetry is rampant. The seller often knows more about the quality of their product than the buyer. Is that software truly secure? Will that cloud provider deliver on their promises? It's a minefield of uncertainty. So how do you navigate this treacherous terrain? Reputation is key. Look for vendors with a proven track record, read reviews, and don't be afraid to ask tough questions. And remember, sometimes it's worth paying a premium for quality. After all, a cheap lemon can end up costing you a whole lot more in the long run. Chapter 5. Technology Organization Environment TOE Framework. Imagine a three-legged stool. You need all three legs working together to keep it steady, right? Well, the Technology Organization Environment TOE framework is kind of like that stool, except instead of legs, we're talking about the crucial factors that influence technology adoption. First, you've got the T, technology. Is the technology itself mature enough? Is it compatible with your existing systems? Then there's the O, organization. Do you have the right culture, the right skills, the right leadership to embrace this new technology? And finally, the E, environment. What's happening in your industry? What are your competitors doing? Are there any regulations or economic factors to consider? Just like that three-legged stool, if any one of these legs is weak, your technology adoption is likely to wobble and potentially collapse. Chapter 6. Contingency theory. One size fits all. Not in the universe of information systems. Just like there's no single recipe for a perfect life, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to IT strategy. That's where contingency theory comes in. It's all about adapting to the specific circumstances of your organization and its environment. Think of it like tailoring a suit. You wouldn't wear a heavy wool suit in the Sahara Desert, would you? The same goes for your IT systems. What works for a giant corporation might not work for a nimble startup. A highly centralized IT structure might be efficient for some, but stifling for others. Contingency theory reminds us that the key to success lies in carefully analyzing your unique context and designing IT solutions that fit like a glove. Picture yourself in a gladiator arena. It's a constant battle for survival, right? Well, the business world isn't all that different, and that's where Porter's Five Forces model comes in. It helps us understand the competitive forces that can make or break an organization. First, you've got the threat of new entrants. Are there hungry startups waiting to disrupt your industry? Then there's the bargaining power of buyers. Are your customers spoiled for choice, or are they locked in? Don't forget about the bargaining power of suppliers. Do they hold all the cards? And of course, there's the constant pressure from substitute products or services. Is there a cheaper, faster, or better solution lurking around the corner? Finally, there's the rivalry among existing competitors. It's a constant jockeying for position, a race to innovate and stay ahead of the curve. By understanding these forces, you can develop IT strategies to not just survive, but thrive in the arena. We get it. It can seem like a black hole, sucking up resources and spitting out cryptic reports. But here's the thing, it is not just a cost center, it's a powerful engine for value creation. That's where understanding the business value of IT is critical. Think about it. It can streamline your operations, automate tedious tasks, and give you real-time insights into your business. It can help you reach new customers, develop innovative products, and make smarter decisions. But here's the catch, simply having the latest gadgets or the most complex software doesn't guarantee value. The key is to align your IT investments with your strategic business goals. It's about asking the right questions. How can IT help us increase revenue, reduce costs, or improve customer satisfaction? By focusing on the business value of IT, you can transform it from a mysterious expense into a strategic weapon. Ever wonder why some technologies take off like a rocket while others fizzle out? It's not always about being the best technology. The diffusion of innovations theory helps us understand how new ideas and technologies spread through a population. Think about it like a social network. You've got your early adopters, the adventurous souls who are always eager to try the latest and greatest. They're followed by the early majority, the pragmatists who need a bit more convincing. Then there's the late majority, the skeptics who only jump on board when it's clear the ship has sailed. And finally, you've got the laggards, clinging to their old ways even as the world moves on. Understanding these different adopter categories is crucial for anyone involved in information systems. It helps you tailor your message, target your marketing efforts, and anticipate how new technologies might be received. Chapter 10. Punctuated equilibrium theory. In the vast expanse of cosmic time, change is the only constant. But here's the thing, change doesn't always happen gradually. Sometimes it's a sudden dramatic shift, like a cosmic explosion shaking the very fabric of reality. That's the essence of punctuated equilibrium theory. In the world of business, we often see long periods of relative stability where things hum along predictably. But then, bam! A disruptive technology emerges, a global crisis hits, or a new competitor changes the game entirely. These are the punctuation marks of history, the moments that force organizations to adapt or perish. For those in information systems, This means being prepared for both the long stretches of equilibrium and the inevitable disruptions. It's about building adaptable systems, fostering a culture of agility, and always keeping an eye on the horizon for the next big bang. Chapter 11, Discrepancy Theory Models. We humans are a curious bunch. We're constantly forming expectations, making judgments, and seeking satisfaction. But here's the thing, satisfaction isn't just about getting what we want, it's about the gap between our expectations and reality. That's where discrepancy theory models come in. Think about it, you order a fancy coffee drink, expecting a symphony of flavors, but when it arrives, it's lukewarm, bitter, and tastes vaguely of disappointment. Discrepancy. On the other hand, you might stumble upon a hole-in-the-wall cafe with low expectations, only to be blown away by the best cup of joe you've ever had. Positive discrepancy. In the world of information systems, this translates to user satisfaction. If your systems are clunky, unreliable, or fail to meet expectations, you're headed for a world of hurt. But if you can exceed expectations, deliver seamless experiences, and consistently delight your users, you're on the path to digital nirvana. Chapter 12, Institutional Theory. We often think of organizations as rational actors, making decisions based on logic and efficiency. But here's the thing, organizations are also shaped by social norms, cultural beliefs, and institutional pressures. That's where institutional theory comes in. Think about it. Why do companies invest in expensive office buildings even if their employees could work remotely? Why do industries adopt certain best practices, even if there's no clear evidence they work? It's often about legitimacy, about conforming to the expectations of their institutional environment. In the world of information systems, this means understanding that technology adoption isn't always driven by pure rationality. Sometimes it's about keeping up with the Joneses, signaling to stakeholders that you're on the cutting edge, or complying with industry regulations. We're all nodes in a vast and interconnected web of relationships. But here's the thing, these networks aren't just about sharing funny cat videos. They profoundly influence how we think, behave, and even adopt new technologies. That's where the multi-level social network perspective comes in. Think about it. You're more likely to try a new app if your friends recommend it, right? The same principle applies to organizations. Information, influence, and innovation flow through social networks at multiple levels. Individual employees, departments within an organization, and even between organizations. For those in information systems, this means understanding that technology adoption isn't just a top-down process, it's about fostering communities of practice, identifying key influencers, and leveraging the power of social networks to drive adoption and innovation. Remember that disappointing coffee we talked about earlier? Well, expectation confirmation theory, ECT, delves into how our initial expectations shape our perceptions and ultimately influence our continued use of something, especially technology. Think about it. If you have high hopes for a new software but find it clunky and confusing, you're likely to abandon it. Your expectations were confirmed negatively. But if that same software surprises you with its intuitiveness and efficiency, you'll likely become a loyal user. Positive confirmation. In the world of information systems, this highlights the crucial importance of managing user expectations. It's about clear communication, user-friendly design, and ongoing support to ensure that your systems consistently meet or exceed expectations, fostering satisfaction and long-term adoption. In the cosmic dance of business, it's tempting to think that profit is the only star that matters, but here's the thing, organizations exist within a complex ecosystem of stakeholders, each with their own needs, expectations, and influence. That's where stakeholder theory comes in. Think about it. You've got your customers who demand value for their money. You've got your employees who deserve fair treatment and meaningful work. You've got your investors who seek a return on their investment. And let's not forget about the community and the environment, which are impacted by your operations. In the world of information systems, this means considering the needs of all stakeholders when making decisions. It's about finding solutions that benefit not just the bottom line, but also the people and the planet. Congratulations, Cosmic Explorers. You've journeyed through the fascinating world of information systems, uncovering 15 powerful theories that shape how organizations leverage technology. But this is just the beginning. The universe of information systems is constantly evolving, with new technologies, new challenges, and new theories emerging all the time. So stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, in the digital age, understanding these theories isn't just about business success, it's about navigating the very fabric of our increasingly interconnected world.